Hello and welcome. This is your Devil Knight here. In this video we're going to start talking about a video series I plan on doing called Roads Less Traveled. On this video series we're going to talk about alternate flanking routes. More or less just map navigation. It's going to be for Overwatch, a few other games as well. Big things we're going to talk about is obviously flanking routes. We'll talk about using different movement skills for Overwatch at least, to get around the map, as well as using weapons and other utilities you may have to get around.
Death walks among you. Group up.
What you looking at? An annoyance.
Group up with me.
So the reason I want to, or I should say reasons I want to start this series, is to sort of help myself and help others avoid a few different things. One of them being a death streak, constantly running down a specific path, getting shot up a few times, and dying the exact same way you did for the last 5 deaths. It's annoying. You don't really want it to happen. Kind of just makes the game not that much fun to play. Another thing I want to kind of show is how to distract the enemy. I mean, really annoy them. It's great playing a game where you're sitting in the enemy spawn and you got anywhere between 5 and 30 guys, if you're playing something like Battlefield, chasing after you. Because, you know, one guy with a assault rifle or a pistol is definitely more dangerous than, you know, 6 other guys. But either way, it's nothing but fun when you get the enemy team on you. Another thing I want to try to show people that, hey, if your entire team is running in on the point, going one specific way, go a different route. Get behind the enemy, distract them, pick off a few guys here and there. Last thing you want is where you're sitting in, you know, enemy team takes out a couple of your guys, you take out a couple of their guys, and you just sit there. The front line doesn't go anywhere. The game just is stagnant. You don't want that to happen. Push them back. Totally, just flank around, pick a few guys off, weaken the front line, push them back. So this first spot is definitely really good for characters that want to get on the point really quick. Probably my best choice would be like Pharah, Reaper, Diva with her jetpack, even Widow with her grappling hook. Use caution if you're going to use Hanzo to climb up the wall, just because the enemy may see him and it's kind of a dead giveaway when you see someone running up the side. Here's a quick tip for everyone. Unfortunately, I did not know about this, and I had to find out the hard way. But Junkrat drops a bunch of grenades when you kill him. So as you're about to see, this is the first time of many, unfortunately, that I succumb to. If you're low on health, stay the hell away from Junkrat, whatever you do. So last match, we unfortunately lost, but they get a little bit better, a little more intense. On a building you're about to see, and I'm walking under with Reaper, you can actually jump over it with Pharah if you use your boosters. Nice little tip for you right there. Now this next bot I found more or less on accident. I've been using it ever since. Great way to bounce around the map, especially to get on the point really quickly. The point of the Road Less Traveled series is just going on major flanking routes. I'm not trying to get right up in the enemy's face. I want to get right behind them. I tend to want to be staying up as high as possible as well. If you're up really high, you can get a nice view of the battlefield, playing your attack. Don't just run in there and get shot up and then be no use for your allies. Great thing to do is to stay out of sight. Just you know, start shooting at the first thing you see. Take your time. If the enemy sees you, engage them. If they don't, back off. Get an idea. If you have a mic, tell your teammates where they are. So here's an extra tip and a bit of a meta talk for any of my hardcore flankers. If you're on the enemy side, use their pickups. Doesn't matter what it is, use it. Games like Battlefield, you can use the tanks and any of their other support vehicles to assist your team. For Overwatch, not every character can heal themselves, so they have to rely on all the medkits scattered throughout the maps. And if they are low on health and there's no medkit around, they may be a little more hesitant to stay on the point or to engage you. So it's a great opportunity to take the point yourself. So keep that in mind. If you do have a couple of hit points taken out, go for it. Just take it. It'll help you in the long run and it'll help your team. So I just want to go over a quick review of some of the stuff we talked about, since it'll be on future videos of this series, the roads less traveled, which more or less will be my flanking guide for a bunch of different games, Overwatch, and I'm thinking some Battlefield, since the new Battlefield game will be out eventually. It won't be just that, it'll be also some meta talk as well as some tactics that, yeah, we'll end up discovering as we go. Some of the big things are stay out of sight, cover between you and the enemy, try to get as much distance as you can. The point is not to hit them from the side, not to hit them from the front, but to hit them from behind. If you see they're making a big push, sure, peg them from the side, try to keep them off the point. If you do get engaged by an enemy, it's your call if you want to fight back or just try to get some distance between you and them. I'd recommend to stay up as high on the map as possible, just so you have a good view of everything. If you have a mic, it's always useful just to call targets out. This is a bit of a disclaimer I don't want to talk about. Using some of these methods, the enemies are going to catch on, and they tend to catch on real quick. So be warned. If you see that your enemy's getting bogged down and you have to do some of these really hardcore flanks, be warned. The enemy's going to catch on eventually, and they're going to start going through that path, or they're just going to start expecting you there. So some of the tricks that I'm going to show you, do it sparingly, because it may start to backfire on you, and part of these videos is to not get into a death streak. Now in this match, I think it's like my third time using Reaper as a whole. So I'm still trying to just figure out his moveset. I end up using his teleporting more than anything else, to be honest. His Wraith form is definitely useful for moving around, especially if you flank really hard and then walking down a path and don't realize the enemy spawned right behind you. Great little way to just get out of harm's way. Now this little move right there that I just did, I really wish that I could have heard or at least known what the enemy was thinking. I doubt they were expecting me to pop up right behind them. Now I'm going to be talking a lot about different flanking moves, but you should keep in mind, if you're playing objective games, which most of the games that I'll be playing are objective based, you're not going to see me doing too many team death matches. Stay on the point. If your team is, in distress and you need to get on the point, definitely get there. Don't just go and try to kill the enemy team. The point is to contest the flag or wherever you may be doing payload, whatever. Next, you're gonna pretty much see me sticking up high. Kind of a bad choice. I wasn't expecting Bastion to be sitting in the back, but take a moment. Doesn't really know that I'm still up here, and I'm gonna take the opportunity to get down there and start pegging a few people. So as I said before, definitely use the enemy pickups. If you're doing some major flanking and you distract the enemy and they end up following you into an area that doesn't get a lot of travel, helps to know if there's anything good you can use, just so you don't give them an easy kill. That being said, it's probably my last thing to talk about. Match is about to end, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you watch my future videos on this. I'll continue doing Overwatch for a while, and then I'll probably switch to something else. Thinking Battlefield. Uh, Looking at some new games that are coming out. But either way, this is your Devil Knight. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.
Victory.